We're starting here in Soho Square. It was laid out in the 1680s and was originally called King's Square, named after Charles II. When it was first built, this was one of London's early planned residential squares. Neat, formal and designed for wealthy residents. As London kept expanding west, the wealthier families moved on. The big houses were divided up into offices and smaller properties, and the character of the square began to change. Right in the middle of the gardens is a small mock Tudor building. It looks decorative, but it actually hides an electricity substation. That detail sums up Soho quite well. Old world appearance, practical modern function. Berwick Street dates back to the late 1600s. It's named after a Greek church that once stood nearby. The Georgian buildings still define the street today. Narrow proportions, brick facade and old doorways that give it a strong sense of history. In 1764, a young Mozart stayed here during his visit to London. Berwick Street has had a market since the 1700s, long before fashion and nightlife defined Soho. This was a working street serving local residents. During the week, the roads fill with fruit and vegetable stalls and street food traders. But today is Sunday, so the market isn't running. Without the stalls, you notice the buildings more clearly, especially the record shops that reflect Soho's music heritage. Just off this street, David Bowie shot the cover of his 1973 album, Aladdin Sane, tying this area to British pop culture. Even when it's quiet, you can feel that this street has always been about trade and exchange. The goods change, but the purpose remains. Carnaby Street became world famous in the 1960s, during what was known as swinging London. Independent designers here helped shape bold new fashion trends that spread far beyond Britain. Bands like the Beatles and the Rolling Stones were linked to the area, and international media coverage turned Carnaby Street into a symbol of youthful, confident London. Just off Carnaby Street is Kingly Court. Historically, this would have been part of Soho's back plots and service areas, the hidden spaces behind the main roads. Today is a three-level courtyard filled with restaurants and cafes. Balconies wrap around the upper floors, creating a contained vertical space that feels different from the busy street outside. It's a good example of how Soho adapts. Instead of tearing everything down, the area renews and reshapes its older layout to fit modern life. Soho keeps changing, but it hasn't forgotten where it started.